Alright. I look so rough right now. It's not even funny. But I feel like it's like 10 in the morning or whatever, and today's video is basically just gonna do like a little chit chat and an updated makeup routine because it's definitely gotten a lot better since the past videos or whatever. And I also just haven't uploaded in forever, and I promised everybody, including Blake, that I would upload, or at least try to, for the simple fact that like I never upload anything. And I also just, I don't know, kind of bored, have nothing else to do. Getting ready today, I'm gonna be getting ready for work because I have work soon in a couple hours and everything. So okay, I know I look rough. Okay, please do not judge. I literally well, since that last clip, I went ahead and did this 25-day Pilates video challenge at home workout that my friend sent me. So that's what I was doing. But I'm about to hop in the shower and we'll get back to talking. Okay, I'm back. My hair's soaking wet, so that's what the wet spots on my shirt are. I'm not really, hello, focus, okay? Not really drying it that well, okay? Whatever. Also, this is my work uniform, so just ignore the horrendous shirt.
I have to get ready, sir. Okay. I have to go to work. I have to go to work. Please, I have to go to work. I have to go to work, sir. I have to go to work. I have to go to work. I have to go to work.
But I thought we would go ahead and get into my makeup routine. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with my makeup routine while I talk. But first thing out of everything, always going to love this primer. I will die wearing this primer, I think, until I find something more affordable that's better than this. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, not Halo Glow, e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I use this every day because it makes my makeup stay on, and I've literally went through almost 6-hour shifts outside in the like sweltering Georgia heat, and my makeup is still stayed intact, so I will live and die by this primer. But first things first, start off with a couple of things, life updates. As you guys can see, I am in a completely different setting. This is my bathroom. I was able to get my own place after graduation, so I moved back to my old hometown and got my own place and everything. So this is why the background is looking different, if you guys are wondering. I use the e.l.f. Liquid Halo Glow. I've used this for a couple years now. It's just what I like best. It's basically some life updates. My book has been published. I worked on it for about 3 years. Worked my ass off on it. Publishing was not easy whatsoever because I'm a self-publisher, so it was kind of hard to figure out. I, published it about a month or two after I had turned 18. So that is available on Amazon, and I will link it down below my description, so you guys are more than free to go purchase it if you want. If you don't, it's fine. Perfectly up to you. I think that it was a pretty good book. I like it. A lot of my friends liked it, so just completely up to you. Some life updates though. I recently just graduated high school. I'm trying not to get emotional, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm trying not, I've been a bit sensitive the past few days. I'm trying not to cry. The reason why graduating was such a big deal to me was because for the longest time, everyone in my inner corner was telling me that I was not going to make it, I was not going to graduate, that I would be better off dropping out, which was further from the truth. And I just want to say to anybody that feels like they are struggling in school and feel like their life is over, I promise you it's not. Things do get better after you get out of high school. And if you're anything like me, I moved in the middle of my senior year, so I was extremely alone. I had no friends, and that last year was just really hard on me. But my motivation was just simply trying to prove everybody wrong, because at the end of the day, I know who I am as a person, and nobody's gonna sit there and tell me what I am and can't and cannot accomplish. So basically, with all that being said, if you are struggling and you are one of those people that struggles, and also ignore my placement, and you're one of those people that struggles with school and just finding that motivation, I get you. I have been there. I completely understand. And to people that have dropped out of high school, there is nothing wrong with that. I do not, necessarily want that for anybody, because it makes your life a lot harder, but it's not impossible. So with all that being said, for class of 2026, congratulations. We made it. We finally, finished it. Whether you're graduating from high school, technical school, college, anything, just know that I know and I see you, and I understand how hard and how difficult this year was, especially with the way the world is going right now. And I don't really get political on my channel, simply for just my own safety, and also because it is just such a dangerous world. But I will say this: with our current president that's in office, I completely understand why you might feel like there's no hope, along with not even just the president, but our government, and along with everything else going on, like the Epstein files and fucking just everything in general, gas prices and inflation. And it's a lot, and it's hard. And of course, when it's our time to become adults, we get the shittiest fucking president on planet Earth. And I will say it from the rooftops: I do not care. And if you do support Trump, please unsubscribe from me, unfollow me, everything, because I do not support Trump. That's just me. I don't care. And that is all I've got to say about that. My blush, I used the painted pink drink blush. I already know what a lot of you are gonna say, and go ahead, attack me, I don't care. I guess this is becoming a controversial video. I do not in any way, shape, or form support James Charles or who he is as a person. I have had this blush long before I knew of any scandals that he was in, and did not purchase this blush because it was strictly James Charles, but because I saw it on TikTok Shop and was not aware that he was the founder of the brand. I will not be buying this again, but I am a frugal bitch, and I will be using it until I am done with it. So for anybody that's going to try to attack me in my comment section, you can leave that somewhere else, because I was completely unaware and quite frankly just don't want to hear it. But anyways, I just want to say that one of my biggest things so far that I have struggled with, I think, being 18 and living on my own, is just figuring out my place in the world. Especially after graduation, it's very difficult to figure out where I go next in life. I obviously start college in the fall, and I'm going to school to be a nurse. So I start nursing school in August. And it's been a bit stressful. The process has been very stressful. And there's been many times where I've wanted to give up, but I'm so proud of myself, incredibly proud of myself, that I have not given up. Simply for the fact that I want to make something of myself, and I've always dreamed of being a nurse. My mom is a nurse. I grew up living with a nurse, and it was just one of those passions I was naturally attracted to, simply for the fact that I love to help people. I want to make people feel better, and this is just a perfect job and place for me. So also, if you guys hear a cat meowing in the background, it's my roommate's cat. She literally is so clingy and hates to be outside of the bathroom when I'm in here. Because she's nosy and she likes to see what I'm doing. But anyways, that's besides the point. I digress. Yeah, basically what I'm just trying to say is, for anybody that feels lost or confused, I completely understand you and I get you. I've been there. But it's not the end of the world, and it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to sit in that not okayness. If that makes any sense. Basically, just don't sit in the emotions that you're feeling just because you feel like that. I get that, but the best thing you can do is just move on and do what's best for you. A couple of other things for life updates, I guess. I am doing a lot better mentally. I got out of some pretty, difficult situations with housing situations, and am living my best life now. It's a lot to take in, because I'm still so young and still trying to figure out my, you know, place in the world, like I said. And doing this has been difficult, but if it wasn't for the people around me that support me and love me, I wouldn't have been able to. And I know a lot of people are gonna ask me, oh my God, how did you move out at 18, get a job, have a car, and still go to college and have a job? Let me tell you, it was not easy by any means, and it is a very difficult thing. My best advice is to save, and also I wouldn't have gotten here if it wasn't for the people around me, because the people around me have tremendously helped me a lot. One of those people being my partner. I recently just got into a relationship a couple months ago. We've been dating for about 4 months now, and if it wasn't for him, I truly don't think I would be in or where I'm at, because he's helped me out so tremendously, so much. And I'm not meaning to make this video about him, because it's not. I'm just explaining that I'm doing a lot better in life, and that I finally found my person, somebody that I, you know, used to pray for and search for so long, and I would get myself caught up with people that had none of the best interest for me, did not care. And I, you know, just want to say that even though if you're hurting, if you're going through a breakup, because for some reason it's breakup season, I don't know why, obviously not for me though, but if you are in one of those situations right now, or you need advice for relationships, my best advice is don't lower your standards for nobody. I don't lower my standards for anybody. Actually, me and my partner, the only reason why we are together is for the simple fact that he meets my standards and exceeds them as well. I, you know, don't have to sit there and hurt and beg for somebody to care about me like a lot of people do, and I refuse to, because I did do that for the longest time. And one of my biggest things is that I will tell people is, you're not gonna find somebody that loves you until you're able to set boundaries with people and be able to discard of people that are not good for you in your life. Once you can figure out how to get rid of the bad and keep the bad out, that's when you're gonna find the good. And even now, I struggle, you know, with being able to trust my own intuition and things like that, because I've just always been that type of person. But you also have to keep the same mindset. Everybody's different. They're not all the same. Not everybody's the same person. So just because somebody hurt you in the past doesn't mean that the person that you're with currently, or, you know, whatever situation you're in, doesn't mean that they're always going to look for the worst, you know, or try to seek the worst and hurt you. And I just say that because I feel like a lot of people think that I just have it easy, but I don't, because I have struggled a lot with my mental health and a lot of other things, simply because I've been through a lot of shit in my life that obviously I don't feel comfortable sharing with online, because that's quite frankly nobody else's business but my own. So with that being said, my best advice is just find people and things that make you happy and that put positiveness into your life, not take it away. But for my concealer, I always use, still doing the same, the Camo Concealer by e.l.f. This is shade Light Peach. For my pressed powder, I use the Fit Me Maybelline by Maybelline. This is shade Classic Ivory 120. This, as you can tell, has been very well loved. I need to get a new one. So we're just gonna ignore that. But to add on the things that we're talking about, the reasoning why, and I will say this a million times, I don't upload to YouTube as much as I do to my other platforms, is simply because of the fact that, like, it's just so hard to keep up with, because YouTube is a very competitive platform, in my opinion. I feel like more competitive than TikTok is, because there's a lot more work that goes into it, and it's harder to keep people entertained on there than it is TikTok. Because if you're anything like me, I have severe ADHD, and so my attention span is like 0.5 seconds. Now I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild translucent powder, and with all that to say is basically is like, it's just a harder platform to compete with, you know, views and everything. And so YouTube has just become one of those things I just do for fun. I don't do it for the likes, views, or comments or anything like that. I just simply do it because when I feel like it, or when I just, you know, enjoy doing it or whatever. And for lashes, because I'm about to do lashes, I use these same lashes from Shein. I get them in a 20 pack. If you're interested, let me know. I will put it in the comments down below, the link to the ones I use. I got it like a 20 pack for like $9. Because I literally just, you know, I tried lash clusters, but lash clusters just don't work for me. I hate the way they feel. I hate that they're itchy. I hate applying them. I hate doing them. I hate everything about lash clusters, but I think they're so fucking cute. I literally think they are the most like cutest way to do your lashes. Like, I just love how lash clusters look on other people, and I'm just like, oh wow, you're amazing. Because I could never, because I hate lash clusters and will never do lash clusters. But anyways, also if you hear like a lawnmower in the background, I'm pretty sure my landlord is cutting our yard, so I don't know if that's what it is or not, but if that's what you hear, I'm sorry. Anywho, and then I have, like always, used the Kiss Lash Glue. So the only reason why I'm making this video is because people have been requesting from my Get Ready With Me TikTok, which I haven't been active on, which I'm trying to, it's just I've been really busy. They've always asked for like an updated like makeup routine and everything I do, and step-by-step on how I do my makeup. And I'll be so honest with you, a lot of these products are really cheap. I don't use expensive products for the simple fact I cannot afford them. So, you know, just so everybody knows, my makeup routine is very affordable. So if you're looking for an affordable but yet cute makeup routine, I'm your girl. Also, a little hack for all of my strip lash girlies: your loose powder, if your tweezers get like sticky and stuff from the glue, and no matter how hard you try to peel off the glue off the tweezers, it just doesn't come off, dip it in some setting powder, and then, you know, obviously wipe them off, and voila, no stickiness. All right, so lashes are on. So now I'm going to wipe away this bake. Now I go in with my bronzer, which is the REM bronzer. And I know what you guys are thinking, that is not my shade. I know, okay? However, there's a way I do it, which I would not be showing on camera because it's embarrassing. Just know it's there. But with this bronzer, there's a specific way I blend it out. I am still, like I said, I never claimed I was a professional MUA, never have, never will. But I'm still learning. So, but this is the bronzer I use. I like this bronzer in this formula because this formula is very, very creamy and just blends very well. And I highly suggest spending the $30 on the REM bronzer, I'm not even gonna lie. Now I'm gonna go in with my powder blush. Bronzer was on, bronzed. I guess some other things we can talk about. I am so excited for this summer. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, I already know, like, we're halfway through and this video probably won't be uploaded till God knows when. But literally, I'm just so excited. Like, I love the summer. It's one of my favorite seasons besides the fall because I am a fall baby. So obviously, I'm going to love the season I was born in, duh. But I hate the winter. It makes me so depressed, and like, I literally swear to God, I have no motivation, have the worst acne of all time, which actually, you guys actually caught me on a very good day because my skin looks a whole lot clearer than it has been. But literally so excited for the summer. Me and Blake are going to go see Madison Beer July 1st. I'm so excited. We're in the Atlanta show. Literally one of the like most amazing things ever. We've had these tickets since like I think January because that's when she announced her tour, and then I think Locket came out in like around February if I'm not wrong. But literally I am so beyond excited. I love Madison Beer and her story and just who she is as a person, because I feel so bad for everything that these horrible men have put her through. But she's just like so talented and just so amazing. And ooh, actually, since we're on the topic of Madison Beer, let's talk about the security thing and everybody's saying it's a PR stunt. I would like to disagree with this. Oh my god, everyone keeps on saying it's a PR stunt. Obviously, for the people that have said that it's a PR stunt have never been to a fucking concert in their life, because let me tell you, me and Blake went to Jesse Murph, right? And it was our first, and this isn't even the first concert we've had where this happened at. So the Eras Tour was our first ever concert together. Obviously, nothing really happened because it was the Eras Tour. I mean, her security's pretty good. It's not like she's in a smaller venue, and she's also like, I don't know, I just feel like she's a bigger artist, so they have to have better security than most of these smaller artists that we go and see. Now, the next concert we went to was Nessa Barrett, and we went February of 2025, and that was on her aftercare tour. And when I tell you, we weren't even in the pit. We were on like the little standing area up at the top of the stadium. And I'm not even kidding. I know there was a couple of times where she had to call security because it was just ridiculous, because people just don't know how to handle their liquor. And a lot of these events, if you don't know, provide alcohol. And when you're in that pit with a bunch of people together, it's very hot and people pass out. So I guess I'm gonna be exposing myself, but we're gonna talk about the Jesse Murph concert. And this is the reason why I bring this up, is because the Jesse Murph concert was amazing, by the way. I had so much fun from that night. I actually saw her like up close. So that was amazing. That was definitely top tier concert, best concert I've ever went to. And it was also my birthday concert, because my birthday was like a week before my 18th birthday. So it was my 18th birthday present from my mom. That's the only reason why I went. But that's besides the point. Now we're gonna start on eyes, and I'll show you guys what I do for eyes in just a second. But basically, I was in the pit of the Jesse Murph concert, and it was a lot of people. We were all packed together. They didn't even turn on the AC until like halfway through the show. So it was like really hot, and like a lot of people, I was one of those people, didn't think that it was really that bad when it comes to pit concerts, because you don't know it until you're in one yourself. And I'm gonna be so brutally honest, I didn't think that it was gonna be as bad as it was, like heat wise. And if you're anything like me and Blake, well, specifically just me, I'm a dumbass, and I did not, you know, drink plenty of water beforehand. So I was like, I was low-key kind of dehydrated. But I'll top it first really quick. I still use to this day the Jaclyn Hill Bling Bling palette, well, Bling Boss palette. And so I just got makeup on my work shirt. Okay, that's lovely. I used the Bling Boss palette, and I used this shade specifically, and I just put this on my eye. I wouldn't really consider it eyeshadow. I'd consider it more of like an eye highlight in my opinion. But anyways, back to the Jesse Murph concert. A lot of people have been judging Madison Beer, saying it's a PR stunt, this and that, yada yada yada. Well, I was low-key dehydrated. I didn't drink a lot of water. I multiple times throughout the show seriously thought I was gonna pass out. And if it wasn't for the amazing group of girls that we were around, I most definitely would have passed out. And I'm not even going to lie to you. Sue me, I'm 18. Everybody does it, I don't care. I'm just a brutally honest person and share everything of my life online because I'm just like that. But I was under the influence when I went. So being under the influence while at a concert makes things a lot worse. Now, back to what I was saying is I have pit tickets for the Locket tour as well. So I'm already, this time I'm more prepared this time, because I know what to expect. I know how to act and everything and all that good jazz. But people saying it's a PR stunt, maybe part of it is, I don't know. But you guys also have to realize you are the same people that are taking out your phones and recording her talking about how shitty venue security is, which, by the way, especially for these like smaller stadiums, I don't know exactly which one we're going to, but it's a smaller stadium for her tour. They are absolutely terrible. The security sucks. It's hired through a third party, through the venue. It's not even hired by her own personal security, which I think is the reason why we might have had better security with the Eras tour than we did now, because this is not her security, her own personal security that she's going through and hiring. This is just venue security that the venue has hired and expects them to do their job, but obviously does not know how to do their job, which is unfortunately really sad. But for everybody saying it's a PR stunt, the only reason why I don't believe it is because that's really how it is at concerts like these, because people are so unrealistically don't take care of themselves and then go into a situation they have no clue of what they're doing, which like I have myself, and then end up making themselves very sick and things like that happen. And so for everybody that is saying it's a PR stunt, I personally don't think it is. You know, even if it is, I really don't understand why it's that big of a deal, because I don't see where the harm is. But like I said, I seriously don't think it is, only for the simple fact that venue security is awful. Some more things that are happening this summer. I'm finally getting my license. I know, I have a car, I just don't have my license. And I know what you guys are thinking. You're 18 years old and you live on your own, you don't even have a license. I know, embarrassing. You guys, please do not come for me. For the simple fact, I have not had my license only because I am deathly afraid to drive. But first, let me show you. What I just used on my brows was the e.l.f. Clear Mascara Brow Lash Mascara, whatever, gel. I've used this for a couple years now. I don't know how to do brows, so I just do this. Anyways, and then next I go in with my Maybelline Tattoo Studio white eyeliner, and I put up my waterline. But basically, what I'm saying is, I just have severe driving anxiety. Like, I am just so deathly afraid to drive, for the simple fact that, like, nobody knows how to fucking drive nowadays. And, like, this is not even just me driving in general. It's just, like, being a passenger. I see people do not know how to drive. People are reckless. People don't know their signs. People don't know the road laws, which I think is so sad, and I'm so sorry. But I just recently found this out, that you only have to have a 70 in order to pass your driver test. And this might be a controversial take for my younger audience, but I do not care. I don't think you should be allowed to have a license until you're at least 18 or can make above a 70. I mean, way above a 70, at least above an 85. And the reason I say that is because I don't think people realize, like, this is a life or death matter, and driving is so dangerous. And I think a lot of people don't think when they drive because they don't know how to, because you're all dumbasses and don't know how to fucking drive. Just like, but first, before I get into my next hot take, this is the Roller Lash by Benefit. I use this, I got this on sale at Ulta. And Blake used it and he recommended it to me and I love it. But back to what I was saying is, you people are dumbasses, and not even just that, I know a lot of these horrible drivers are these same people that in school cannot fucking walk correctly. Like, I'm sorry, but if you don't even know how to walk on the right side of the hallway, or you and your atomic sized friend group don't know how to walk down the hall properly, then you should not have a fucking license. Because I'm sorry, but if you can't even walk straight, what makes you think that you are capable of operating a motor vehicle? Anyway, and that's just me, okay? And maybe people might disagree with me on that, but that's just me. I'm not saying, like, oh, because you can't walk, you shouldn't be able to drive, because there's tons of paraplegic people that are able to drive. That is not what I'm saying whatsoever, because that's just not. What I'm saying is, if you don't have the common sense to be able to know how to walk properly, nor do you care about how your space is affecting others, then you probably shouldn't be on the road. And this is so random, but I'm always saying this because I want to talk about it because of the recent online scandals. And, you know, I'm just that type of person I talk about hot topics. One of those being the James Charles situation with the Spirit Airlines lady. I've never really been a full-blown supporter of him, I'm being so honest with you, especially with the allegations of messing with minors and everything. That's just not cute to me. It's weird, it's gross, and it's just like an abuse of power. But this most recent video with the Spirit Airlines drama, oh my god, it is absolutely disgusting on how he handled that. And to that poor lady, I am so sorry, because that is just awful. Because let me tell you something, this is just me. I did not grow up with money. I grew up with a single mom that busted her ass and worked and made sure that me and my sister had everything we needed and wanted. And so I do not come from money whatsoever. I don't even have money like that. But I am a humble person, and I'm always one to try to help people out whenever they need it, even when I don't even have it myself, because that's just, in my opinion, what I believe in, is to treat others with kindness and you'll get kindness back. But the James Charles situation just totally threw me for a loop, because it's just honestly just disgusting, because you are a multi-millionaire, because I'm sorry, but with his most recent brand, Painted, obviously he's done very successful and done numbers, and not even just that, but he has a social media standing that he makes money off of multiple platforms. I don't know if he still gets monetized on here, because I know a couple years ago with his Bi Sister drama, or I don't remember which drama it was. It was one of his fucking god-awful scandals that he, you know, got dropped from monetization with YouTube. And now I don't know if that's how it still is, but, you know, last time I checked it was. But anyways, that's besides the point. I think it's honestly just truly disgusting, because he has all these amazing opportunities going for him that a lot of people don't. And you can honestly tell that he came from money because of his reaction. And I'm sorry, but he can act and play. And that's one thing I cannot stand that Hollywood does, is the rags to riches cosplay that a lot of these artists do, like Chappell Roan. Sorry, don't care if you like Chappell Roan. I'm unfortunately just not one of those people that entirely likes her too terribly much, because of, you know, the perception of her, and everyone can say that, oh, I'm just a woman hater, this and that. That is further from the fucking truth, because I believe, you know, that women are better than men. I literally love women. I am a huge feminist and will always fight for women's rights, and any other minority. But I do not like Chappell Roan for the simple fact of how she treats the public and other things. I understand her being entitled to her own privacy and right and everything. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's just, I hate this rags to riches cosplay that a lot of Hollywood has, you know, used, because I'm sorry, nothing more that rich people love is to profit off of poor people, because they make lots of money off of it. And a lot of these artists that you think actually care about you they don't. And it's so sad and disgusting. But with the Spirit Airlines lady, it is so disheartening and so sad that this poor lady was vulnerable enough to be like, hey, I need help. Can you please help me? Because you would think, you know, it'd be one of those things where he would just go on about his day, help, and then move on. But no, you not only did not just shame this lady, but dragged her on the fucking internet, expected a good response, because you think, oh, kiki, ha, 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 I love to be, you know, the bully, this and that, yada, yada, yada. It's disgusting. It's truly disgusting and harmful, because you're basically saying it's okay to make fun of people that are lower than you, and that is just truly sad and just gross, because that is not okay in any way, shape, or form, or in any universe. But his apology video was shit. He did not apologize for anything, did not take accountability whatsoever. He does not care, and he will keep repeating the same mistakes, because he'll never get canceled, because I don't care how many people try. It's just not going to happen realistically, because too many people are fucking blinded by the fact that he's just able to get away with it like that. And it's just truly disgusting. And it's honestly, like, it's just mean girl behavior. You're not Regina George. You're just a twink on TikTok with a botched BBL that has a lot of money and thinks it's okay to humiliate people on the internet, because you can hide behind a screen, but you can't face your own consequences in real life. But there's a point where we have to draw the line, and I think that people lose sight of it because people are so involved in other people's lives that they can't even worry about their own. But this is different. With James, this is repeated behavior that he has made publicly online for everybody else, because it gives him views, it gives him content, because he's not relative enough, because the only thing he's relative enough for is, like I said, being a twink with a botched BBL, messing with abusers, DV victims, and literally messaging minors. Like, he has no other way of being relevant. Like, I'm sorry, but most 9 times out of 10, the first thought that comes to my mind when I think about James Charles is how horrible of a person he is. He's just not a good person. And, you know, I feel like dark humor goes a certain way and goes like certain lengths But there's a difference between dark humor and there's a difference between just being a fucking mean and shitty person. And that's truly what he is. And I guess this is a video of me dragging James Charles. I don't really care. But it's just truly disgusting to see somebody that has such a huge platform to help people constantly drag people down because he's miserable with his own life. Like, so if you watch my Get Ready With Me TikToks, it's pretty much the same lip combo that I've had for like the past 2 years. It is, the first shade of my lip liner is the Mauve Side by e.l.f. It's their Cream Glide lip liner. And I just basically go on the outside with this. Also, I just want to add to this really quick, just to shut these allegations down. It's not even like this is even happening on social media, because obviously I don't have enough relevance to be even like that, but this is just people in my life. To everybody that is concerned or confused on if I have lip liner, if I have lip filler, I don't have lip filler. These are my natural lips. I can't afford lip filler. I'm sorry, but I'm too broke for that shit. And I've got bills to pay. So I do not have lip filler. These are my natural lips. I was just naturally blessed, I guess. I don't know. And I also know how to overline pretty good without it looking noticeable. But no, I do not have lip filler, and I have not had any plastic surgery done to my face whatsoever. It might be something that I might be interested in the future. Honestly, I don't know. That's whatever. And if you have lip filler or Botox or any sort of injections on your face or on your body anywhere, if that's what makes you feel pretty, then go by all means, go do it. You know, that is totally all you. But me personally, and oh my god, I sound like such a pick-me right now, but I'm not even trying to be like that. Me personally, I don't see the necessity for me to have lip filler. I just don't. But yeah, so I don't have lip filler. I don't know where that came from, because somebody was talking to me about it the other day, about how they heard through somebody that I had lip filler done. And I was like, that never happened. I have not had any type of cosmetic surgery done to my face or injections or anything whatsoever. Now, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have, thought about getting Botox done and stuff like that, but this is Pinky Swear. This is the second shade I outline. I outline it like right around here, just kind of blend it in with my lip oil, which the lip oil is the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oil. It's this one, and it is in shade, it's giving guava. But no, like I was saying, is like, I've thought about getting Botox because I have medium, like, wrinkles in my forehead and brow wrinkles, and I do not like those. But that's about the only place I'd really get Botox at. But no, I do not have lip filler. That was like the weirdest, that's probably like the most insane accusation I've ever had against me, because I've never had any sort of cosmetic anything done to my face. It's just I just naturally look like this. And it's not me saying like, oh, I just naturally look this good, because I do not by far at any means. I'm not, the most attractive face to look at, and I know that, and it's okay. I'm not upset about it. Everybody can say what they want, whatever. I know I'm not remotely the typical attractive gay standard that most people would want, but I'm happy in my own skin and the way I look, so that's all that really matters to me. And my man don't give a fuck, so I don't give a fuck. And even if he did, I still wouldn't care, because I don't seek male validation like a lot of you male validating seeking hoes, which this is the Milani Make It Last original. Another thing, since we're going to talk about male validating seeking validation seeking hoes, oh my god, I am one of the biggest fucking ew, that was gross. I should kind of open my mouth. Hold on, give me 1 second, and this will keep my makeup on all day. Anyways, another thing that's like male validation seeking hoes, we're gonna end this out with one more hot topic. Fucking Sydney Sweeney. Oh my god, she is like the biggest op of all fucking time. I fucking cannot stand that bitch. Oh my god, she gets on my fucking nerves. Let me tell you guys, I cannot stand this bitch. And we just saw her sitting directly behind Taylor Swift with Scooter Braun. And yes, I'm a Swiftie. Call it what you want. But seeing her with Scooter Braun honestly just makes me like ignore my tongue, I haven't brushed my teeth yet. Gross, disgusting, because it's like, Girl, he's literally done horrible things to fucking women, and you're okay with that? You're okay with being somebody that's literally an awful person? And not even just that, the bitch is a Trumpy, and that's obviously how you know that bitch grew up from privilege. It comes from privilege, because I'm sorry, but if you're a Trumpy, ew, that's not cute, boo. Anyways, but yeah, no, like, she's just so gross, and like seeing her with Scooter Braun made me like literally want to just fucking crash the fuck out, because it was like, girl, this is not cute. Not cute at all, and you think it is, but it's not. That's basically the end of this video. I'm sorry to annoy you guys with my, you know, random rambling, but if you stay till the end, I appreciate it so much. And if you could subscribe and like, it helps grow my channel and my following, and I would appreciate it so much. If you don't, it's whatever. But if you are watching the video and you're not subscribed, you're a fake ass hoe, and please get the fuck off my page, because that's weird as fuck. But yeah, this is the end of the video. This is my daily makeup routine. This is what I do every single day. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys have any questions or anything about my routine or what I've said, please leave it down below in the comments, because I would like to see how you guys feel about my hot takes on things. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.